Happy Monday and welcome to, well, now it's just happening all over again. COVID issues all over the place in the NFL and in the NBA as well. And of course, the usual rest and usual injuries throughout a long season. There's a lot to go over tonight. We're doing it right now here on WinDailySports.com, the NBA DFS pre-lock live stream with myself, Jon Jansen, and really the star of the show, Ghost at DFS_Ghost is where you can follow him. And WinDailySports.com, go ahead and sign up for some memberships so you can get that projection model, you can get that optimizer, which I'm sure Ghost is going to reference as we go over these plays. And also, this is all sponsored by the Sharp app. Sharp.link is where you can go to download the Sharp app or find ways to download the Sharp app and more information on the Sharp app to get NBA plays for tonight as well for some betting and betting on the big Monday Night Football game tonight, which Tony Cotillo is going to preview at 6 o'clock here at Win Daily Sports. Ghost! Let's get to it. 9 games. And, of course, I guess you could see here at the top, there's a lot of, a good amount of 10, 11K players, but there's a lot of outs. Out.
Oh my God.
They're all out.
That's so gross. Oh, my God.
I mean, does it make this easier or more difficult? Or is it just, it makes it easier, but it's easier in a gross way?
It just makes it a Monday NBA slate. It just makes it another day at the office.
Fair enough.
That's just like every other day. But you could take 2 paths today, so I'll just highlight those.
Nice.
We'll start with stars and scrubs. You need to play, if you are taking that route, you need to play 2 out of 3 Jokic, Giannis, and Curry. You need to play 2 out of 3. So take your pick. I wrote up all 3 of them for that reason, so you could assume which strategy I'm going with tonight, because I wrote up all 3 of them. And there's a reason for that, is because you can fit them with ease. So just touch on Nikola Jokic. What do you want me to say? The guy has the highest player efficiency rating in the history of the league right now.
Let me start with Nikola Jokic.
He literally has
Nikola Jokic.
He has the highest player efficiency rating in the history of the NBA. Like,
wow, really?
I don't know what to say right now. Yeah. So,
is he winning MVP again?
No.
Okay.
Don't put that evil on me.
He
had enough last year. It's enough last year. You shouldn't even have won it last year. We're gonna do this quick today, so let's not get into that. But he had enough.
All right, that's our Friday. That's our casual Friday topic.
Yeah, he had enough of that last season. That was Steph's MVP last season, and this season it's Steph's MVP. Like it's already been cooked. But I don't know what I could possibly add about Nikola Jokic. Like, the guy's facing Daniel Gafford and Montrezl Harrell.
Oh my God.
I don't really know what to add to that. But Giannis, second half of a back-to-back, if you're worried about minutes, don't be, because of how efficient he can be in only 30 minutes. So let's just squash those concerns right off the top. And the second thing is that Boston's interior defense, Boston's defense in general, they're really struggling right now to find their identity. I've said this time in and time out. And if you look at the analytics side of it, you'll see one thing. Watch a Boston Celtics game. They have no idea what they're doing on defense. So on paper, it looks like they're matching up okay. They've had a top 5 easiest schedule in the league right now, and they're still not even relatively close to a playoff team in my eyes. So
that's
them to play the defending NBA champions right now, analytics are an assist to make decisions. Watch a full 48 minutes of Boston Celtics basketball and look how bad they are on defense. Good luck stopping Giannis Antetokounmpo tonight. Steph Curry is 6 3-pointers made behind Ray Allen to tie the record. If he gets 7 tonight, he owns the record for most 3-pointers made in the league. Indiana ranks bottom 7 in the league to primary ball handlers. That's all I'm going to say about Steph Curry.
And they don't have Matisse Thybulle, so you're good.
Yeah, and there's no Matisse Thybulle getting up in his grill and fouling him 13 times in a game, but only getting called for 2. But I digress. Anyways, I digress.
All right,
I digress.
Or he got blocked multiple times for the first time ever.
He was literally catching elbows to his dome. But I digress. Anyways,
and getting blocked to oblivion by Matisse.
He is facing Malcolm Brogdon. Obviously, I have a lot of respect for Malcolm Brogdon's defense,
but he's no Matisse.
this is the play. Is the play where if you're uncomfortable with one of Jokic, I don't know why you'd be uncomfortable with Jokic, but if for anybody, I'll never tell anybody that their gut instinct is wrong. So if you're uncomfortable with Jokic for some reason, or you're worried about Giannis on the second half of a back-to-back, Curry's the guy because of the amount of value that we have on the slate. If you are taking the first approach, that is stars and scrubs. There are only 3 players I'm considering.
So no Embiid then. I guess I will ask you that because we did get a question on it. So why no Embiid? I would imagine. No, I understand those 3 guys. I would be taking over Embiid if you're doing a stars and scrub.
Right.
But why no Embiid here?
The main reason is that one of the primary value plays for me is also a center, and if you are going stars and scrubs, you need to play Nikola Jokic. So I'm going double.
So
center
you're right. Yep.
That's
going with the better center.
Like I wish I can offer you a better reason. It's a great spot for Joel Embiid, but it's literally just because I'm playing Nikola Jokic and another value play that's also a center.
Yeah,
that's the one and only reason I could give you.
100%. So need at least 2 of those 3, right? 2 of those 3 between Curry, Jokic, and I combined Steph and Curry into. I'm an idiot. Curry and Jokic, also Giannis. So 2 or 3 of those. So that means there are plenty of scrubs, I'm assuming.
There are. And I don't want to give them all away because you guys need to be using the model.
Not Christmas
over
yet.
at WinDailySports.com. It's like
not
I've been giving
yet.
them away on quite some shows. Today's not one of them. So make sure you guys go over there to WinDailySports.com. Check out what the model has to say there. The key news being that Paul George is doubtful to play for the Clippers tonight. You need at least one Clipper in your lineup. If it's not Reggie Jackson, it's Terrence Mann. If it's not Terrence Mann, it's this one I'll give away. I love Brandon Boston tonight. I really, really like Brandon Boston tonight. A lot. So if you are only putting one Clipper in your lineup, you're okay with that being Brandon Boston? I have 2 Clippers in my lineup.
2? Whoa!
I have 2 Clippers in my lineup. So you need to play at least one of these guys, max 2. Just because that second guy is and when I mean 2, it means that it's Brandon Boston with someone. So if it's any of the following guys, you need to cap it at 1 because they are literally all scoring dependent, which is a recipe for disaster when playing multiple of them together. Reggie Jackson's going to be the highest rostered one. I like him a lot. Do the math of who my second Clipper is. I also have a lot of love for Terrence Mann in this game. A lot.
So I put in the wrong Clipper is what you're telling me.
No, you did not.
Okay.
You did not. So if you need a forward, I'll just leave it at that. If you need a forward, I love Terrence Mann tonight.
There you go.
On the other side of things, we'll actually just work backwards now that we have the games up like that, or not.
That's okay. No. You can do that.
That's okay too. Kyle Kuzma remains in protocols.
Nice.
Danny Avdija is a great value play on this slate. I'll just leave it at that. 3,500.
Just leave it at that.
Yeah, that's it. I'm guns blazing today. It's Danny Avdija is a great value play at 3,500. We will talk about the Charlotte-Dallas game. Actually, we'll talk about it now because I am playing Jalen Brunson no matter what tonight, whether I'm going stars and scrubs or balanced.
Play the Wildcats.
You need to play Jalen Brunson tonight. So I don't know what to say more about the Charlotte Hornets other than the fact that this team ranks second in pace and dead last in defensive rating. It's just like, remember when I was this high on Sacramento, Charlotte?
And
it hit 260 something?
You're all over that one.
Do the math. So Jalen Brunson in an up-paced game, second half of a back-to-back, and they all didn't play all that much. Like, they didn't play too much yesterday, right? So only 31 minutes for Jalen Brunson yesterday. He'll have more than enough juice in his legs to be able to produce against a ridiculously thin Charlotte team that does at least get Terry Rozier back tonight. But there's no way I'm fading Jalen Brunson tonight, and it allows me to fade Kristaps Porzingis, which is
we love
Christmas
to do
Day
that.
for me.
We live to fade Kristaps.
Fading chalk Kristaps Porzingis in tournaments for me is Christmas morning. So by playing Brunson, I don't have to play Kristaps Porzingis, which is absolutely beautiful. There's 4,200 left per spot. There's a Sacramento game on the slate. I'll leave it at that. Second build, we're actually going to clear this all now, and we're just going to keep Joker in there.
Whoa, clear it all. All right.
Yeah,
all gone. You're done. You're done. Joker.
So now we'll run the table the other way. Start at 7 p.m. Eastern time, the one and only time zone that is relevant. So we have got the Miami Heat taking on the Cleveland Cavaliers. Pretty tight spread. I see the line moving a little bit towards Cleveland's favor, as it should be. But if anyone can pull off a game like this, it's the Miami Heat. So this is a stay away game for me because model shows no edge in terms of betting the spread. But there are a couple good plays I like in this game, beginning with Toronto Raptor legend Kyle Lowry. Absolute stone cold lock on Fanduel for the Fanduel listeners that are out there right now. If you don't play Kyle Lowry on Fanduel, it is stupid bold to not play Kyle Lowry on Fanduel. He's only 6,900. You absolutely need to play him. So I will say that. And I would not be a good friend to Brian if I didn't mention Kevin Love, who he also calls KLB. I'm not playing Kevin Love tonight, just FYI. But I see Brian in the chat right now. So I'm going to give a shout out to Brian because I roast his Trailblazers literally every single show. So
Love it.
If you want to play Kevin Love, I know Brian's probably the only person that's playing Kevin Love. I'm not, but he actually grades out decently well for me tonight at 4,500. Duncan Robinson, I'm going to let everybody else chase. After last game, I had 100% exposure to Duncan Robinson. In 100% exposure, you guys understand how many lineups I run. And I had Duncan Robinson in every single one of them the other game. And he absolutely went bonkers. Tonight, people are going to see the game log, and they're going to run to go play him, which means I'm not, because he lives and dies by the 3, and that is a recipe for disaster in tournaments. So I'm leaning towards other value plays. If you want to play Gabe Vincent / Max Struss, I'm okay with that, with Caleb Martin still out off the bench. I do have a lot of love for Tyler Hero. You can't play him with Lowry. So it's one or the other. I know you guys are going to be disappointed with the fact that Tyler Hero hasn't been producing in the last 3 games. And when I say not producing, it means like not putting up 50 DK, because it seems like every time someone clicks on his name, that's what they expect. But he still leads his team in usage rate with everybody out, still leads in field goal attempts, he leads in every single statistical category. So realistically, sub 10% roster Tyler Hero with both Butler and Bam out. Obviously, Depot's out till past Christmas now. Apparently, this guy just, I feel so bad. He cannot seem to get healthy. Like there's going to be so much opportunity here for Tyler Hero. So if you want to play Tyler Hero, I'm 100% okay with it. One of these 2 guys need to be in your balanced type of lineup. If you're going option number 2 where you're going balanced, it either has to be Kyle Lowry or Tyler Hero. Do not play both together, please. Please do not play both together. I'm just going to say that for the 4th time. Do not play both together. We are going back to our lock of Jalen Brunson, so that takes up the majority of our guard spots because, again, it gives me a reason to not play Kristaps Porzingis. So I will be playing Jalen Brunson in all formats tonight, and this is to the surprise of absolutely nobody. He's going to be the highest roster player on tonight's slate. And frankly, I don't care, because it's not about individual rostership. It's about combinations. And the rest of my combinations are all sub 5% rostered. So it's exactly what I need. I don't care about eating Jalen Brunson chalk because I'm not playing Porzingis. I'm not playing all the other chalk plays, right? So that's where I'll be able to keep up with the field, but then gain title leverage with by playing 2 of Nikola Jokic, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and Steph Curry. But in this balance build, you still need another Clipper. This is where it becomes a little bit easier to fit Reggie Jackson. Although, if you didn't hear what I said about Reggie Jackson in the Stars and Scrubs build, rewind about 6 minutes, because you can get him in there too. So you want to play Reggie Jackson? Absolutely, I'm okay with it. Terrence Mann, Brandon Boston, although you likely don't need him in the balance build. That defeats the purpose of going balance, is that you don't want a 3K guy in there. So Reggie Jackson or Terrence Mann, 100% okay with that. We are going to the Toronto-Sacramento game after, because what's an NBA slate without getting exposure to Sacramento games? And Toronto is without OG Anunoby, Kem Birch, and Precious Achua. For Kem Birch and OG, for likely quite some time now. Both of them are going to be out for a decent amount of games. With Precious out, it finally opens up minutes for Chris Boucher. Rewind 8 minutes to our Stars and Scrubs build. You had $4,300 left per spot. You know what to do. In the balance build, I will still recommend them because now you'll see that we have $4,600 left per position. We got guys like Terrence Mann at $4,400, and there are a ton of value plays floating in between 3.5K and 5K. That's when you end up going to the model and filling them out. And the last injury that I will touch on that I haven't yet. So we mentioned Paul George. We mentioned every other situation. We mentioned the Miami situation. Mentioned Dallas, who is without Luka Doncic, obviously, as you guys see on your screen right now. Paul George being doubtful. I absolutely want at least one Clipper in my lineup between Reggie Jackson, Terrence Mann, and Brandon Boston. The latter being for the Stars and Scrubs build. The last injury that I want to talk about is Memphis. So Steven Adams was originally doubtful when I posted the article last night, and he got upgraded to questionable, meaning that when that happens, just NBA FYI, that means that he felt good in morning shoot around, meaning that his ankle wasn't swelling up, like it was doable for him, right? So that being said, he's still banged up, and it's a very tough matchup against Joel Embiid. If he does sit, I do like Xavier Tillman. So when I was discussing the Stars and Scrubs build at the beginning with going double center, Xavier Tillman at 3,400. Look, I don't need much from Xavier Tillman. I'm not expecting much considering he's going up against Joel Embiid, and Xavier Tillman is literally a small ball center. But he'll be able to defend on the defensive side of the glass pretty well. And when Embiid is off the court, that's when I'm expecting quite a bit of production for Tillman, right? So with Brandon Clark out, Steven Adams banged up, etc., Jaren Jackson Jr. banged up, and Desmond Bane just popped up this late on the injury report, Memphis is going to be down some serious bodies. If you want to play one of Dillon Brooks or Kyle Anderson, I wrote up both of those guys as safer options. Dillon Brooks strictly for volume, but Kyle Anderson will get a ton of run in this game. His minutes doubled from his first game back from injury to his second game back, and he has seen quite a few minutes at the 5 as well. So they are very reluctant to play Jaren Jackson Jr. at the 5, and rightfully so, with Joel Embiid there tonight as well. So that trend should continue. But again, if you're looking for a forward where you want to take a shot on somebody putting up 35 DK at 5K, do not underestimate Kyle Anderson in this matchup. That's one thing that I will say, but that is for strictly tournaments because the floor is nowhere where we need it to be, right? So that's the only thing. And then for all the cash players out there, Adam and I will post the core in Discord as we usually do. But as of right now, it's going to be Jalen Brunson, Chris Boucher, Reggie Jackson. Those are the 3 that you start with. I can tell you right now that those 3 are going to be in the cash core. So Reggie Jackson, Chris Boucher, Jalen Brunson. That's it.
I didn't even need to be here. That was concise. That was well done.
Thank you.
That was really well done. Everybody, give me a round of applause in the chat.
Thank you.
Give Ghost a round of applause in the chat. That was basically 18 minutes of just Ghost being concise and efficient with this time. Look, we love efficiency on this show. Can you give me, it's not how many minutes, it's what can you do in those minutes. And Ghost went over literally everything on this list.
This is good.
Right there.
That's good. Yeah.
There we go.
And then
round of applause in the chat.
As a Celtics fan, we usually answer Giannis. Yeah, it's not happening. Celtics suck. Sorry, Glad. Love you, but Celtics suck.
Any love for Trey or Karras?
I think the Hawks win by like 20 tonight, so I'm not playing Trae Young, but you definitely can. Trae Young is grading out ridiculously well for me tonight, and the last time he did, it was
more
against
applause
Brooklyn.
In the chat. I love it. Keep it coming.
Oh,
that was special. That was an all-time. That was a Hall of Fame performance from Brunson. That was a triple-double basically in 20 minutes.
This is Fanduel. Brunson Jones. What's Jones? Brunson Jones. Jones.
Ty?
Okay. Ty's Jones?
I'm not sure. That's the only one I can.
If you don't have Lowry on Fanduel, it automatically gets the X from me. You need at least 2, if not all 3, of Reggie Jackson, Jalen Brunson, and Kyle Lowry on Fanduel tonight. You need Chris Boucher at forward. consider Pascal Siakam as well. I love Pascal Siakam. Doesn't really fit my build on DK, but he is a stone cold lock
Yeah,
on
he
FanDuel.
meant ties.
Yeah. So you got to get Jones out of there to get Kyle Lowry. And I'm not playing Marvin Bagley tonight. I'm playing Chris Boucher. Move Giannis to small forward over Bridges. And then you don't necessarily have to play Giannis and Joker on FanDuel, by the way, because you have to play Kyle Lowry. And there are a lot of guards that you need to play. Kyle Lowry, Brunson, Reggie Jackson for me are locks on FanDuel.
I love it. All right. Everything else can be found in the Discord chat, can be found in the projection model, windailysports.com. That's basically all you need to do is go to windailysports.com, sign up for a membership to get that projection model, get into the Discord chat. It's over in the Academy tab, and there you'll see on the right how to enter and to join our experts chat over on Discord. That's what you need to do from now until lock to get you ready for tonight's slate, or just hit the rewind button and go all the way back and listen to that masterclass given from Ghost. Follow him at DFS_Ghost. That is it for us. Coming up at 6 o'clock, it will be Tony Cotillo solo. There is nothing better than Ghost giving out NBA picks, but Tony going solo for a showdown stream, that sounds pretty good as well, and that's going to happen in about 5 minutes, 6 o'clock right here. Same place, windailysports.com video hub, or go over to our YouTube channel at Win Daily Sports. This is all sponsored by the Sharp app. Sharp.app is where you can go to find out all the ways to download the Sharp app. That is it for us, though, here on the NBA DFS Pre-Lock live stream at windailysports.com.